Hey there, and welcome. So, have you ever felt like you're in a constant tug of war between your job and, well, your life? You're definitely not alone. We've all been told to chase this thing called work-life balance, but what if that's the wrong goal entirely? Today, we're going to dig into a much more powerful idea: career and life harmony.
And this question right here, this is the heart of our entire conversation. It's a total challenge to the old way of thinking, that your work and your life are these two separate things you have to juggle constantly. What if, instead of trying to balance them, you could actually blend them into one much more fulfilling whole?
I mean, just think about it for a second. The phrase work-life balance, it just sounds like a struggle, doesn't it? It basically says that for one side to win, the other has to lose. And that whole mindset, it just sets us up to feel guilty when we're working late and then anxious that we're falling behind when we're not. It's like trying to walk a tightrope, and any little wobble feels like a total failure.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at why that old model is just a trap. Then, we'll introduce this fantastic alternative: career-life harmony. After that, we'll break down the three big pillars that hold it all up, and finally, we'll get really practical and talk about how you can start designing your own.
All right, let's dive into part one, the work-life balance trap. We're calling it the myth of the perfectly even scale, because honestly, that's the picture we all have in our heads, and it's exactly where the problem starts.
That's it, right there. It turns our life into a zero-sum game. So every extra hour you put in at the office feels like you're stealing an hour from your family or your friends or even your own health. And then any hour you take for yourself, it comes with that little nagging voice telling you that you're probably getting behind. It's just a recipe for nonstop conflict and stress. And this chart just shows the problem so perfectly. We're all chasing this mythical 50-50 split, this ideal. But let's be real, our actual lives often feel a lot more like this lopsided 80-20 bar. And when we see that gap, our first thought is, I'm failing. But what if it's not you that's broken? What if it's the model itself?
So if that old model is totally busted, what's the alternative? Well, it's time for a big shift in our thinking. Let's talk about career-life harmony. It's a completely new way to look at things.
Now this slide, this is where it all clicks. Look at the difference. Balance is a scale, a competition, and it just leads to guilt. But harmony is an orchestra. Think about it. Every instrument plays a totally different part, but they all work together to create something beautiful, something bigger. It's about synergy, not fighting for time. And the result? Fulfillment and flow.
And this is the key. Harmony is not about putting up a big wall between your work and your life. It's about intentionally integrating them. It's about asking questions like, how can the skills I learn at work make me a better friend or partner? And how can my personal passions actually fuel my creativity on the job? You're creating synergy where everything works together.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually get there? Well, it all starts with building a really strong foundation. Let's look at the three pillars of harmony. So pillar number one is purpose. This is your personal why. It's the thing that connects what you do all day with who you are as a person. So let's say your core purpose is helping others grow. It doesn't matter if you're coaching a new employee at work or teaching your kid a new skill at home, both actions feel connected and meaningful because they're feeding that same core value.
Next up, we've got presence. And oh man, this is a big one. Harmony is not about trying to answer emails while you're at the dinner table. No, it's about being 100% there for the email when you're working, and then being 100% there for dinner when you're at the table. It's all about the quality of your attention, not just how you divide up the hours in your day.
And the final pillar is priorities. Now the key word here is actively. This isn't about just letting your calendar or your inbox run your life. It's about looking at your purpose, that why we talked about, and then choosing what actually matters most. It's about having the confidence to say no to things that don't fit so you can say a full, present yes to the things that do.
So, we've got the theory, we've got the pillars, now comes the fun part. Let's turn all this talk into action and actually start designing a life that feels right for you. So how do you start? Step one, figure out your non-negotiables. What are the things that are absolutely essential for your well-being? Maybe it's a morning workout or a tech-free family dinner. Lock those in first. Step two, find where things can integrate. Can your project management skills help you plan an awesome family vacation? Can your love for photography spark a new marketing idea at work? And step three, this is a total game changer. Schedule for energy, not just time. Look at your week and plan the things that fuel you up first, then build everything else around them.
And we need to be really clear on this.
The goal here is not some perfect, flawless life. That's not real. This is a practice. It's about making small, intentional choices day after day to build a life that feels whole, that feels integrated, and most important of all, that feels authentically yours.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Instead of constantly trying to walk that impossible tightrope of balance, what would happen if you started thinking like a composer? How could you arrange all the different notes of your life, your career, your family, your passions, to create one unique, beautiful harmony that is all your own? The conductor's baton is in your hands. Thanks for tuning in.